What is up, fools? Happy weekend and welcome to episode 4 of the Stellaris Multiplayer playthrough with the one and only Corrant. How you doing?
Everyone. Good, thank you, Zero.
We have been reading your feedback. Thanks very much for all the comments. I got 1 or 2 emails, and the likes are slowly creeping up, so that's really great. I'm glad you guys seem to be enjoying it, particularly because I'm obsessed with this game already. The single player will be resuming at some point soon, but I think multiplayer is really where the strength of this game lies. So I'm glad it's been going down well. We had 1 or 2 questions that I'll bring up through the course of play and get Corrant's take on it as well. In the meantime, this is what the map looks like right now. We were having a conversation briefly before we got started that it really is important that particularly I take better care of my colonies. We've still got some starvation problems, some inactive buildings. My population seems to be moving around a bit too much, so plenty of problems to solve. How are things over in the League of Terran Planets there?
It's good. My tiles have been upgraded quite a bit. The little robot guy always chatting in the background. So I've got 5 food outputs on my Terra Prime planet. There's 5 food output on some of the tiles, 5 mineral output. All the tiles have a population on them, and everything's getting slowly upgraded. I also had a bit of an advantage where I've got 2. Let's just see what this thing's called. Betharian power plants on my homeworld. So together they're generating 19 energy alone, which is very helpful for the economy.
Wow, that's pretty impressive actually. It sounds like you are well and truly developed, for want of a better term.
Strategic resource which is on the planet and or in the system, and so that was just pure luck, but it definitely helped with the economy. And there's plenty of mineral wealth going around, and as we capped in the last episode, I'm just going to be slowly trying to expand my borders out to the east and capturing all this lovely unclaimed star systems.
Sounds sexy. I'm going to unpause the game.
It is sexy.
It's very sexy. What I'm going to do is one of the questions we got is, do we, in our opinion, and this comes from Lucas, by the way, do we, I'll answer and you can give us your insight as well, do we feel that we'll begin decommissioning vessels to restore efficiency, and do you think it's better to maintain a reasonably large standing fleet, or to try and build up a network of shipyards so you can actually build a defensive fleet on the fly? What are your thoughts?
Well, I currently have a couple of destroyers and a few corvettes. Over time, the corvettes will probably just get destroyed. When you have a fleet with 1 admiral at the head of it, then all of the ships in it, bar 1, can get destroyed, and that admiral can still escape. So I don't really mind if my corvettes got destroyed. I wouldn't particularly decommission them before a battle in exchange for building other ships. I'd just wait till they get destroyed. And I am slowly building up a fleet just because we are in a galaxy of hostile aliens who don't like the Trump. And so over time we're going to probably be facing more and more, and a good fleet is going to deter any of the more powerful nations from trying to attack us.
Yeah, I'm going to second your opinion there. I know why that question came up. It was particularly in reference to the fact that we don't know quite as well for you, Corrant, but in my case, I'm already on my 5th or 6th revised class of Corvette. And what it means is I'm paying upkeep on the operational units of the older design. And that's not really efficient, right? Because
a very interesting thing, which some people might not have seen before, is that when you do select your fleet, you can actually select the upgrade option, and they'll head back to the homeworld or a spaceport, and they'll actually upgrade with some of the latest technology that you've researched. So you don't even have to wait until the ships get destroyed or be decommissioned. You can send them straight back to your spaceports to be upgraded with the latest weapons.
I've just noticed that. That is made me happy.
Yeah, it's a good. It is a very, very good little feature they've included in the game.
So what I'm doing at the moment, for people who are watching, I'm about to upgrade that fleet now I know I can do it. Secondly, I'm still expanding research stations, and I know that's going to push me into deficit, but the reason that I'm doing it, just as every emergency vehicle in the world goes past my apartment, the reason I'm doing it is that I've yet to fulfill any of the promises of the ruling class of the government, and I want to do it before the next election because the reward is a significant amount of influence. And what you can see is it's going to take me a million years to get a decent amount of influence at the moment, and my planets are for the most part undeveloped, and that is a source of extra influence by upgrading your planetary administration, but it's going to draw out a lot of my resources at a time when I can't really afford it. Now I'm going to send this Corvette fleet down to Hunter and then move them across the Stratal to take out the last of those pesky crystalline entities. On the research screen what you saw was I'm picking up Physics Lab 1 because it's really quick, and I fulfilled his mandate. That is good. I got 80 influence from that. It did suggest there was a possibility for more, but whatever. Yeah, we're going to clear out the last of those crystalline entities, and then we are, for the most part, save for up here, where there is a significant space amoeba presence, we are in total control of our own territory, and then the focus becomes on joining the dots, as it were, and building a contiguous state, which we don't have at the moment because of our militarized border here. Do you want to talk us through some more of what's going on in your side?
Yeah, at the moment I'm just making sure that my planets are all the population are working. I just got a notification there that there's some unemployment. Got a hostile fleet. Ancient mining drones, they appear to be everywhere. My God in heaven, they're everywhere in the system Damien. Have to be careful of that a little bit. But on my side, this round is going to be rapid expansion. I've got a colony ship on the go. We're going to be looking around at any star system in this region of space to my east, which I can colonize in order to prevent other nations from taking it. And Zero made a very good point the last episode, which I didn't particularly notice, that I am able to cut off different empires from taking this region if I strategically place either an outpost or a colony.
That is correct. Oh wow, my science ship is under attack. That's not what we want.
Generally, I'm also just going around making sure that everything is built on, that we get the construction ships working all the time.
Yeah, I'm finding that I'm really slack on my micromanagement, and it causes me numerous problems. Primarily that I've got a lot of ships that are sat around doing nothing when they need to be doing something. Let's see what's within my control that is useful. See, there's 8 minerals in the T-Ball system, and the Hark system has 4 energy. It's 5 energy in Sinistra. I'm going to go to Hark and build a mining station there to get those energy credits, just to restore my balance, and then I'll build a mining station there as well. Here comes the fight.
Now, I've just had a request for technology come through after seeing the advanced weapons that our security forces are equipped with. Several generals from the subterranean alien empire on New Mexico, which are the aliens who were living under the ground of the planet we colonized, have come forwards requesting that we share some of our military technology. Now, I've got an option to either arm the savages with modern weapons, which could be a bad idea, or they are our friends, share what we can.
Sorry, who's the request come from again?
It's the subterranean race of aliens which were living under the planet which I colonized, New Mexico. And generals are telling me that it's a bad idea. I'm imagining if I give them advanced technology, then that system will rebel against me very quickly, because they are currently savages. So
Yeah, to be honest, it's hard to tell, right, if that's a good idea or not. It seems like a no-brainer that it's a bad idea, but if they develop into another spacefaring race, then perhaps the gratitude from that action helps you out. But then again, do you really want significantly armed aliens on one of your core worlds? Yeah, yeah, I wouldn't be so sure.
my options either harm relations with the civilization, or I get the subterranean tech provision modifier, which is out of 12 months, minusing 30% of engineering output from that planet, but improving relations with them.
Do let me know what your thoughts are.
Well, I just foresee rebellion, but in the engineering output from that planet currently is minute. So, and we want to bring them into the fold of the Trump Empire. We're gonna improve everybody's life, and so I'm going to take a risk, and I'm going to share what we can with them.
What do you know about those aliens, by the way? If you click on government and then demographics, you can see your overall population. Like at the moment, I can see I've got 40 units of population across 5 worlds, and only Zeroans. None of your people have migrated through yet, but we know that's because there's not a clear path yet.
I currently just have a Terran population as well.
So until we connect and have passage rights for civilian ships, we're not going to be sharing population anytime soon, but it will, I hope, bring us a bit closer together. We are at least officially allied now, and for those of you who are big on the old war fighting, I've got a feeling that you might see Corrant and I's alliance tested very, very soon, probably as soon as the next episode. I doubt it will be this episode, given this is going to be a brief one. I've got a new Prime Minister. What was... Corvette focus, industrialist. Oh, that's good, plus 10% to minerals. Go you, beardy man. Yeah, I think we're going to come to blows with people quite soon. I'm just going to talk you through what I'm doing with my research right now. I'm going to go for dangerous wildlife removal in society and in physics, and go for focusing arrays, plus 5% energy weapon damage, synchronized defenses, which unlocks a rare technology. Another rare technology is red shard thrower, or global energy management. I'm going to go for synchronized defenses, because why not? What's going on with your research, actually?
Well, right now I've just
I've just had an election in my empire for a new ruler, and we've gone with Director Samir Alawi, who is giving us plus 10% research speed. The others had a bit of... They gave us material and energy credit in improvements. However, I like that 10% increase in research speed.
Yeah, I mean, as a science directorate, that's going to play totally into your hands, isn't it?
We've got science coming out of our arse in the truck.
I like it. I love it. Now, question is, once I've finished these upgrades, I know I've got one of my fleets I have to restore to full size because it got a total battering at the hands of those crystalline entities. I have to start now thinking about how I'm going to spend my resources. I wanted to expand my shipyard network, first of all, but I also want to improve my economy generally so I can begin making improvements on my planets. Plus, I've got some colonization to get done. It's all very messy. I'm going to build a mining station for 90. That's going to push me back down to not a negative balance, but we're going to be back at break even. I will need to build another station after that to boost my income some more, and once I've done that, I think we'll begin expanding some more. It's really hard to know, actually, and I don't know if you've got insight on this from your side, but I feel like having too many worlds is working against me a little bit.
It can do. I know that after 5 worlds in this stage of the game, then you can be penalised for having an excessive amount of planets. Sectors can help with that. How many planets do you have at the moment?
5 exactly.
5. So you should be all right with that. It does become a handful when you are managing all those different systems, especially in the early game when you're trying to make sure that they're all developing appropriately. I've got 4 planets now, and 2 of them are pretty much fully upgraded, and 2 of them are just in the process. I think that it's fairly manageable. You just want to make sure that they're all outputting efficient resources that are available on that planet, I suppose. I also, on spare tiles, give quite a lot of preference to physics laboratories and engineering laboratories, just because a spare tile, as long as there's plenty of food, plenty of credits, plenty of minerals, I'll always just put it towards science then on those spare tiles.
Now, I've got full population on my home world. I'm lacking people in other areas, although no one seems to be starving right now, which is presumably a good thing. One would hope.
Sometimes it's a good thing for people not to be starving, I'm not sure.
Makes you realise how grateful they are.
Yeah.
Let's see how my other worlds are doing.
Debris analyzed.
What I would say is I'm learning that I would, if I'm going to play this way in future, choose racial traits that would enable me to breed faster. For want of a...
Breeding's not too bad on my end. I didn't pick any particular breeding traits, but the population grows at its own steady pace. And
I think part of it, is that... I think part of it is that I colonize only frozen worlds. So, it's kind of hard to get your groove on under such circumstances, I would imagine.
I'd have thought they'd be in bed all the time if it was so cold outside.
Right. One last world to check. Has everyone got a job here? That's something you've got to bear in mind as well. I think I'm going to open my borders, to people who are a bit nearer. Because I obviously need immigration at this point. I know that's a controversial topic at this point, but I think...
We're not going to talk about the Trump Empire's attitude to immigration.
Probably smart. Probably smart. Yeah, between, the government change and developing your colonies and making sure your fleet is using relevant technology, it's a little overwhelming.
Well, I've got a technology which is hopefully going to help me a lot, which is going to unlock the colonization of desert worlds. And so then, hopefully in this region of space, there should be a few desert worlds which we can take then and start properly forming up these borders.
Yeah, I mean, we're still a very nebulous cluster of states here. Can you see any border change between the Tabran and the Kraxros? It looks... I don't know what they're fighting over, but I can't see any sign of conflict at the moment.
No, not yet.
But again, we don't have sensor vision there, so maybe that makes sense.
I'm going to have a quick look on my diplomacy tab as well to see if anything can be done there.
That's true, I haven't looked at diplomacy yet. It's good that it keeps you busy, I think.
Construction in the contact screen, we see a detailed list of all the various empires we have encountered. Their opinions of us are visible at a glance. The diplomacy screen is where we communicate with other civilizations. Here we can declare war, form alliances...
We can invite the Bothrians into our alliance.
I think we can do that. We can move towards building up a federation, an alliance, and I think it's when you reach 4 members of an alliance, you can build a federation. So
shall we move towards the diplomatic suggestion?
Yeah, for the moment, why not? I was just trying to see if the Glur would be interested, but apparently not. One of my scientists has just died. Man, it's hard work keeping on top of everything. I've got a budget to manage, some policies to... Wow, this is crazy. Share the burden, edict enforces rotating tasks and work schedules for indentured servants. I don't have any slavery. Oh, and another scientist has died. Fuck me.
Dying leaders is one of the main activities that you deal with.
Yeah, again, I would pick longevity, actually, I think. In the future. Longevity and fast breeding just enables you to expand faster. Okay, pig people. Our Senate... Our guarantee trade treaty with the League of Terran Planets has ended because we joined an alliance.
I'll join into your alliance though, and we should be able to get that back up and running.
Yeah, let me invite you to the alliance. I thought you were already in the alliance, but apparently not. I need to rename that alliance because it's rubbish. And we need to renew other elements of our arrangement. Excellent. Wow, the Bothrian fleet does not look as keen as I would have thought. Right, can we rename our alliance, because that's a shit name.
Currently called.
It's called the Favourable Compact. It makes it sound like, you know, the wise purchasing decision when choosing a new car.
Yeah, it does actually, yeah.
This is the Favourable Compact in its class.
With nothing to pay for 3 years, the favourable contract.
I think we've missed your calling in life.
I would love... Kids, if you're out there, do voiceovers. It is money for nothing. I would love to get into the voiceover game, but fucking Rob Brydon has beaten me to it.
Fucking Rob Brydon.
If I had £1 for every time I shouted that.
Curse you, Rob Brydon. He is the nemesis of the Terran League of Terran Planets. Right, government, empire, empires. What science? What is going on? Why can't I rename this federation?
All the ships in use within.
There has
The species tab lists
got to be something we can do about this situation. If you're watching this and you're face palming because I'm an idiot, please do tell me what to click, because, you know, no one wants to be a member of a club called the Favourable Compact. It just sounds awful. Situation log, perhaps? No. Obviously not the ship designer. Obviously not contacts, I don't think. Budget, policies and demographics, it's not in there. Can you see anything?
Let's have a look.
Oh wow, the Irasians on my border are going to, it seems, go to war with the Bothrians.
Ah, so you'll have a war on your hands as well.
Well, so will you. We're all allied. No.
I'll start building up the fleet to send over there. We can destroy those.
We need to bring in the Yaxkalot Combine, so you've got route into my space.
I'll send them some friendly messages.
survey complete.
Problem is, they are not friendly with the Bothrians, but hopefully we can work around that. Oh, they're at war, apparently. I don't know who they're at war with.
The Sovereign Uthalban Foundation.
No idea who that is. No idea at all.
Is the Empire just to the bottom of them? But we can.
The Irasians have, they're ugly bastards as well. They've just sent me an insult. Your bizarre love of alien cultures is a sickness, can't you see that? Shut up. Right. Need more scientists. Because they just keep on dying.
Doesn't look like the Yaks Kalok are going to be making any agreements with me anytime soon. It's -1,000 for pretty much everything I try to offer them.
That's interesting. The Bothrians have just taken a border position between my space and the Yaks Kalok. And I think I want the Sapir system. So, that isn't good.
Needing to boot those pig fuckers out of the Alliance.
Well, they've already upset me, to be honest.
You gave them an inch, Ben. You gave them an inch.
And they took
gave them an inch.
Took a fucking mile, didn't they? I'm researching new fusion power and colony centralization or xenology. Xenology. It might help me learn how to kill them. Okay, so this is getting really good now. We're going to wrap up the episode in just a moment because it really is about to kick off, and I think we can't really do it justice within the confines of this episode. But the diplomatic situation is really heating up. What you can see at the top of my screen here is a lot of declarations of rivalry and a lot of very, very tense diplomatic negotiations going on between the Cooperative of Eurogula made a protectorate out of Aztani state. That is the most mental thing I've ever seen. Can you see that on the map? That tiny little cooperative is now guaranteeing protection of the bigger entity. Armored torpedoes or Durasteel? I'm going to go for Durasteel, I think. Do you want to give us a quick rundown before we wrap up the episode of what you're up to, what your research is at the moment, if you've unlocked anything particularly sexy, like pole dancing stripper aliens?
Well, I only need 17 more months until we can start colonizing desert planets in my region, and then I've just been building up all the tiles. I'm actually at my capacity for energy credits. I need to spend. I'm going to give them away to other empires, maybe in exchange for trade deals or border rights. I'm almost at capacity for minerals as well. So if you want any minerals, just holler.
I would love some minerals. What's this?
Send some minerals.
Protectorate request. Oh no, that wasn't for me. It was just notifying me that it was a thing. I need to get my economy back on track, I can tell you that much. So, with that in mind...
We have a diplomatic request from the Dominion of Glea to join our alliance. I think we say yes.
I think we say yes. The man from Del Monte.
Welcome, Glea. Welcome to the alliance.
If the Dominion of Glea know how... Wow. Wow. You may have noticed that a state has disappeared. The Yaks-Kalok Combine have completely wiped out the race that was bordering the Dominion of Glea. Can you see that?
Oh, yeah. Those were the... Oh, that's why the Glea are pretty scared.
Yes, it would seem so. The hegemonic imperialists and a despotic empire, and they are coming between us because they do not... They do not like the Bothrians.
Vote yes, by the way, Zero. On your top tab, there's a invite to alliance veto form.
Oh yeah, done.
There we go.
Can we rename this fucking alliance?
We must be able to.
Find out on the next episode of Stellaris Multiplayer. That's the big question hanging in the air. Nothing to do with the war situation, nothing to do with the tense border relations. Join us next time to find out, can we rename our fucking alliance? Hope you're having a great weekend. You guys take care. Bye from me.
Love you, bye.